Small talk is all the things that you can talk about when you meet someone new. It's easy to prepare, and if you do it effectively, it can be a great way to quickly know someone and maybe start a successful professional relationship too. I'm your English coach, Christina, and welcome to Speak English with Christina, where you'll learn American culture and business know-how to become confident in English. And today, I'll show you how to make small talk about you and your job. Let's go. Do you want to boost your vocabulary for everyday discussions? Next week, you'll have access to a course that I made just for that, Successful Small Talk. It covers all kinds of situations, professional settings, or fun socializing. And you'll get tons of scripts that you can use and cultural insights. And I even included helpful small talk planners to help you fight your anxiety of speaking English and achieve top-notch social skills. Sign up with the link below the video to get your invitation. Talking about your job is a great topic for you to prepare. You already know a lot about the subject, and so it's easier to keep the conversation flowing. However, if you're too specific, it might confuse your conversation partner. That's why you can start off with your department or your field very generally, like I work in the electricity sector, or I work in the marketing department for a chocolate company, or just I manage projects in a pharmaceutical company. If you want to go the extra mile, you should also pair it with a simple description of what you actually do. And the word basically is really useful for this, like this. I work in the marketing department for a chocolate company. Basically, I make people want to eat more chocolate. Sometimes your title will be difficult to translate or to explain spontaneously on the spot. And that's why you should always prepare a quick one-line description of your job that includes your job title. Why don't you take 5 minutes to do that after this episode? Here's an example. I'm an actuary. Basically, I use statistics to figure out the cost of insuring someone based on their past behavior. American people tend to define themselves through their occupation, in private settings as well, and we've talked about that cultural difference in an earlier episode. Remember? In American culture, it's also common to talk about money, or at least about material success, company income, or number of clients, for instance. And it's the sign of a materialistic way of life. And they want to celebrate success in any way, which means that in return, you should always try to put a positive spin on the situation. Don't worry about being too hopeful or optimistic. We appreciate someone who has ambitious goals. If you can only remember one thing from this episode, it should be this question. What do you do? What do you do? It's the natural way to ask about someone's occupation. During small talk, you should always ask questions. That's how you get to know the other person, obviously. But after that, try to find in their answer the specific hook that allows you to ask other questions. Some of them are universal, such as, how long have you been doing that? Or better, how did you get into that? Like, how did you get into programming? There's often an interesting story there and lots of material for continuing the conversation. A full small talk conversation can feel like a ping pong game. You ask a question, the other person answers and asks another question, and then you reply, etc. And always be the most positive you can be. Focus on common ground, the things that you have in common, and the things that feel the most exciting. That way you can slowly go into more personal details and build a real connection. Don't go too far, of course. Let's take a full example.
Hi, I'm Mary.
Oh, hi, I'm Kathy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What do you do?
I work as a data scientist for a big candy company. Basically, I analyze our company's data and we figure out how to make better candy.
Awesome. You so taste the candy?
That's a nice perk, but it's just a little part of my job, yeah. What about you? What do you do?
I'm a software developer. I work on apps for a mindfulness company.
Oh, that's interesting. I have an app like that on my phone and it really helps me to concentrate, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I really like our products. It really helped me get into meditation when I started 2 years ago.
Oh, you do meditation too?
Yeah, I do.
And then you can share more personal stories too. Your turn now. Tell me, what do you do? Try to use the word basically to explain or recap what's behind your job description. A good way you can find inspiration is by using social media like LinkedIn to find the job description of one of your peers. And this can get you started. And then write down your one-line introduction in the comments below. And don't forget, next week I'm sending invitations for my course, Successful Smalltalk, which gives you tons of scripts you can use, cultural insights, and vocabulary to help you feel comfortable in everyday conversations. Just click the link on the image below to get on the invitation list. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.